rolling. All right, here we go. On our way to the show. I'm so nervous. I have a stomach ache. My horse is not as clean as it could be. My breeding job is not very good, and I hope no one laughs at it, but we're on our way and we're on time, so hopefully, knock on wood, we don't hit terrible traffic. And we'll see when we get there. Yes, we shall see. Hi, everyone. Here is my video that I put together of my dressage test that I did with Max on October 25th. Because of COVID, I didn't get to do what was planned, which is that I would take him to a training show to begin with, because he's a baby and I only broke him last summer and he doesn't really know very much. Can't really canter that well yet under saddle, but COVID changed everything. So we decided to go for it. This was the last show of the season, and my goal was to make it to a show before I turned 60, so it was my last chance. But it was really fun, and I'm really glad we went. Going to shows can be very stressful on horses when they're not used to it, and I had no idea how he was going to handle it. But he did so well. I think in part because I have done so much trail riding with him, and I trail rode him right from the get-go. As soon as I felt safe enough after I broke him, I got out there right away. And so he's been in the trailer a lot. He's been in strange places trail riding a lot, so I think that really helped. Here I am walking him down to the warm-up ring, so you could check that out. The warm-up ring was outside. They had an indoor that was just for lunging, and then they had the main indoor where the test was going to be. And the challenging thing is that you don't get to see the indoor. You don't get to go in there. Your horse doesn't get to see it until you actually go in for your test. And I was kind of terrified about that because, you know, he could spook in my trainer's indoor sometime. And I thought, oh my gosh, he's coming here for months. What's he going to be like in this place with a judge sitting behind a window and everything? I thought it'd be a miracle if I even got him to go around the edge of the board. You see him spooking there just at a doorway in the lunge arena. And I was just expecting him to be jumping all over the place in the show. That's why I was so scared and nervous and really didn't sleep the night before. But I also knew in the back of my mind that I could just come and take him to the show and ride in the warm-up and get him used to this environment. I didn't have to show him. That was always there in the back of my mind. I knew I could do that, and that'd be perfectly fine, because that's usually what you do. You just bring the young horses to shows, and you don't show them. You just let them get used to the environment. And we didn't get to do that. So.
He doesn't recognize himself.
And I also knew that I could ride the easy test, which doesn't even have canter in it. It's just a walk-trot introductory B test, and I could see what he was like in there and not do the harder one with the cantering in it if I didn't feel he was going to be controllable. So, but I also knew that I wanted to make it into the test. Look at the letter C. Come on. Yeah. Pretty when he arches his neck like that. When you see the Arab and the saddleboard. Come on. I'm assuming this is the same footing. I didn't look at the footing they didn't have. Max is starting to get his winter coat, and I could have clipped him, but I didn't want him to be cold, and also if it was cold and he'd been clipped, it makes them fresher, and then he might have been even spookier. kind where you can...
Oh, it doesn't?
Big. A pinhead. Such a big person. I guess I don't have a lot of brains.
I don't know.
Team CBD. Courtney Bolander Dressage. That doesn't stand for what you think it stands for.
What you probably need right now.
Yeah. Never tried it, but it might help me right now. And I mean that. I have never tried it. Not even close. I'm not saying anything about people do. I'm just saying I personally have not. Though right now, it really might give me some good. But I'd have to have it in a brownie.
No inhaling. You're putting your spurs on.
You're thinking, why do you need spurs with a young horse? Well, because if he's too scared to go towards something, I need the spurs to say, no, listen to me.
Here comes Courtney.
Max, I did a formal measure. You are good to go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hi, Max.
Good to know. I got my... Yay!
I know, I put mine on too.
Do you guys need any water or anything? I brought a whole case.
We're good.
And this is my trainer, Courtney Bolander. She's the most fantastic rider. One of the most beautiful riders I've ever seen. And she rides Grand Prix, and she's just an amazing trainer. This is my first time wearing white riding pants. Whoever came up with that idea?
Hey, Max.
Alright, it's time up here. Come on, buddy. No. Don't respect the halter at all. So now you're going to see the youth of my horse. He's a big juvenile. He's ADD. He's really pretty good when you're riding him, although he can lose his focus and that makes him trip. But he's pretty good there. But when he's in the cross ties or just standing being tied, he just has a hard time standing still. So tacking and all that kind of stuff can be interesting. He's always wiggling around.
Almost time.
I bought a new pad, but it was too big for him and didn't look right, so I ended up putting my old one back on. And I washed it twice. White is not white, but it fits him better, so.
Oh, you don't need
You
it
see him
today.
just moving around, wiggling around. Talking to the other horses. It's my first time braiding him as well. I only use rubber bands. I didn't do it with the thread because I figured if he rubbed one, it'd be too hard to redo it. He's got a pretty thick mane. It's not easy to braid, but I think it looks pretty good. I saw some much worse braiding jobs while I was there. Dressage has all these rules you have to abide by, from what the horse is wearing to what you're wearing.
Easy to film because he moves everywhere.
The etiquette.
A moving target.
It's a very proper sport. Fancy pants. See? Cannot stand still.
Quit.
You should outgrow some of this, but it might be a few years. That's the Frisian in them. They mature slower, according to what some people say. And he's living up to that, even though he's only half Frisian. Just a big kid. This was on a Sunday, and I spent the entire Saturday prepping for this. Washing the horse trailer inside and out, cleaning the horse trailer tack room. I think the rug in the horse trailer tack room is cleaner than the rug in my house. Yep. Dirty nose.
You're cute, Max. Cute. Like a little kid getting their hair combed. Or wiping food off their mouth or something.
I know, and the look on his face is like, ah, Mom.
Like, Mom, stop it! Leave the peanut butter on my face. You look handsome.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Very pretty.
Doesn't know very much, but he's pretty. Yes, he's a pretty boy. No. That wouldn't do a lot of good there.
Can you imagine? You didn't realize until you were in the ring.
Basically, it was 2 days of nonstop work, cleaning and prepping and all that, just to ride 2 tests that take about, I think 5 minutes each test, if that. But us horse people are kind of crazy. It's like dog people. They're crazy too. Ever go to a dog show? That's wild. I saw a great t-shirt on Instagram. It said, I like horses and dogs and about 3 people. I want to find that shirt. If anyone sees it and knows where I can buy it, let me know. I don't know if it's stay or not. It's not Courtney's big horse. Oh, I think one of the girls rides her big guy. Because he's here.
Oh, really?
I don't have a belt.
First dressage show. How many years have you waited for this?
Well, how old am I? 59 years.
Wow.
But when I knew what it was, probably 42 years, maybe? Be mad.
Nancy.
Okay. I hope this has got power. My nose is running. Oh. My friend Courtney came as my groom and to help me out,
Okay, cool.
and she volunteered to wear my GoPro on her head, which only worked for 2 sections because one of the big ones that I thought I had turned it on, it obviously wasn't on, but she got a lot of footage on her. Most of the footage she has on her brand new iPhone, so it's pretty good. So the rule was you had to wear a mask unless you were riding a horse or eating. I didn't eat at all. I was so tense and nervous until after it was over. Then I had something, but didn't eat anything or drink anything and got pretty parched. So here I was going to walk him. Ooh, he saw a cute girl horse.
He's like, oh, girl. Put that up all by yourself.
like if
I think these are charged up.
here, Courtney,
Sorry,
I'll
what?
give you your ends
thank
of
you.
it. I don't know. I don't think it's on
they're
yet.
charged. It should be.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk him back and down one more time.
Yep, go for it. Take your time. You look pretty. So pretty.
Yeah, you guys look great. Your outfit looks good. He looks nice. How you feeling?
The show is at Sperry View Farm in Connecticut. Really beautiful, big farm. Beautiful area. That's the big indoor where the actual test goes on. So I'm just walking in by the entrance there because I want him to see it. Don't know what he's going to be spooking at. So.
Look. Doesn't seem too overwhelmed by it.
Seems pretty calm though. I think my other horse, Eddie, would be far more nervous, even though he's 14. Just different personalities.
I don't know. Here, I'll let you do it. I have no idea. How you feeling?
Sick.
We're headed to the warm-up ring.
Second time just to make him see all the everything along the way while I ride him down there. Also just to walk off some mirrors. What time is it? That's the other problem of having a dirty horse. You just brush up against them in a black coat, and then the next thing you know, you're filthy. Stay. No.
Don't blow your nose.
No. Hey, don't you do that. No.
I knew you would do. Oh. He waited until you had your gloves on. What'd you say?
They're pulling out. I wasn't going to lunge him because I haven't been doing that now for many months. I just can get on now. I don't have to lunge him and worry about him, being naughty or barking or anything. But when I got on him, he suddenly felt very energetic and pretty hyped up there as I was walking him down. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll take Courtney's advice and I will lunge him. Thanks.
That'd be bad. So if Freddie or Stevie feel like they're a little more excited than normal, we can also lunge them too for 5 minutes before we get on. If they seem normal, then we hop right on. But we're schooling in the outdoor, okay? Just like last time?
It's nice that you can lunge at shows in America.
America.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Oopsies. Sorry.
Do you want me to walk you up to the...
I think we might be okay. I walked in there twice, so it'll be a good test. Here we're turning on our earpiece system so that we can hear each other during the warm-up. You can't in the test, obviously, but it's really good for training sessions at our barn. She doesn't have to yell in the big indoor, and so it shows when there's multiple trainers, all people riding in a warm-up with their trainers on the outside, all trying to talk to their students. It's nice to have.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
And the first one is always got to be the hardest, right?
That's the one you're doing a lot of trail riding with. At least
Yeah, I used to stuff happening.
And you got an empty warm-up ring.
it's not snuck into anyone else's room.
Come on, handsome. Go on. You got this. Hello. 491. So it is 247. What?
Oh, it's only
Oh, thank you. And Linda, it's 2:47 now, okay? You got lots of time.
I actually got really lucky with my times. My first test was around 3:30 and my second test was around 4:30, so didn't have to get up at the crack of nothing, to get here like Courtney did. She rode early in her classes. She had to get up at 4 in the morning, and it was very cold. Well, she was in the low 30s, I think she said. It was about 50 degrees by the time I got there, so it was perfect.
Take everything as much time as you need in the walk. If you feel like going to work is better for him to stay focused, you can do that and then put a walk in the middle. You definitely don't want to, yeah, it's just so tight. So it really is a long time for work and more work and then stuff. So
I got lucky because I had the warm-up room to myself for a bit in the beginning, which was nice. And he was being very good. I was just trying to do a lot of walking to start with, see what he was going to be like, and he was feeling pretty good, feeling fairly relaxed. After my first test, I had another warm-up, and during that one, it was much more crowded, and there was a crazy gray horse in there that was scaring everyone, and I wanted to get away from him because I didn't want him to spook my horse. But warm-up rings can be pretty nutty, and I've heard stories of people getting really angry at other people when they get in their way, literally like swearing at them. It's crazy how competitive people get. This section is all the footage we have from the warm-up, because the GoPro wasn't on for the bigger portion later when I was doing canter work and stuff. We lost that footage, but that's okay. Okay, so here we go. They let me in for my first test. You see that window there? There's two people sitting in that hole, and I thought he was going to jump, but he actually surprised me and did not. See that right there? That would freak a lot of horses out. I've never been in an indoor, a strange indoor before, and there's people sitting right there behind a window, but he was good. I was happy, because honestly, I had no idea what to expect. He had been spooking at my trainer's indoor the last few times I was there, and I thought, oh, he's just going to be terrible, but I'm not saying I didn't have to work. I mean, his focus wasn't there like it is at home, and this is nothing, neither of these tests is anything like what he can do at home, but I was thrilled with what I got. You get to go around once, just go around the whole ring, and I was really happy. He wasn't jumping to the side, and I was able to keep him on the rail. He didn't look at anything, and this is a very nice, calm indoor. There's no big banners hanging, sponsors hanging on the wall. I was worried about that. There's no flowers at the letters, as sometimes there are, so thank God it was the perfect place for him to start. I don't think I was breathing, because I didn't know what to expect. So here they're going to come around, they're going to hear the bell. And that's my cue to start, so I have to head down and come around the corner and come down the center line. So this is Intro B, which is a very simple test. There's no cantering. It's basically just trotting in both directions, a 20-meter circle, doing a medium walk to a free walk across, back to another trot and a circle, and then you're done. It's really short, really easy. He's just kind of wobbly, but at least we're going around. He's trotting fairly well. So I was thrilled because here he does his first only spook. He spooked at the letter F. But that was a little one, and I was expecting like 10 times that from him. So I was really, really happy. He did a pretty good free walk for his first time. Supposed to be head long and low and relaxed. He brought it up towards the end here, but not bad for a baby. So now we go back to the trot, and we have to do another 20-meter circle, and this is where you see the ADD, loss of concentration I'm talking about, because as he comes around here, he's going to do a little trip. Right there. Just catches his toe in the dirt. That's what he does. But by this point, I'm telling you, I was so happy because I knew we were just about done. All I had to do was come around the corner and go down the center line, halt and salute, and I will have survived my very first ever test on him. And he actually did square halts, which is pretty amazing because he doesn't often do that.
Come on out. Come on out. What a good boy. What a very good boy you were. Not so bad, right?
How do you
expected him to
feel?
do so much more at the judge,
So good.
at the glass, but he was kind of fine by them, so yeah.
Yes, such a great
good.
boy. Good boy.
So now you have an hour, right?
Good boy.
Yeah.
So great.
For a score, we got a 68.125.
Round two.
This will be tougher. This one will be. So we had an hour off, so we untacked him, let him eat, rest a little bit, have some water, tacked back up, and then warmed up some more, and then I headed back for the second test. This time I didn't get to do the full lap around the ring. They blew the whistle right after I passed the judge's box the second time. You can see how wiggly and kind of unsteady he is in the contact. A wiggle worm. And in this test I made one big stupid mistake, and then I have two small mistakes that I didn't even realize I was making. I had learned the test slightly wrong of where I was starting my trots back up. Or it was at the walk, I can't remember now, but I thought I was supposed to be at the letter, but I was supposed to be between two letters. But anyway, see how this ring has S, E, and V? You're seeing in the picture. Well, at home I only have the E because in these beginning tests you don't need all these other letters. So I was confusing the S with the E of where I start my free walk. So you'll see where she blows the whistle on me and I have to start over that part. But as you see, this canter was not very good. And then to get him to go around again, I gave him a real squeeze in here and go, oof! He can move so beautifully when he's around, but he's like putting his head up, looking all over the place. And coming around here now is where we head into the medium walk and then into the free walk, which was supposed to start at E, but stupid me, because it's a longer ring and it had that S, I started it there. Yep, they blew the whistle. So I have to go back and start over. So of course I'm all flustered. And now he's a little flustered because he kind of knows this test. He knows where he's supposed to go. And now this is all different. And now he will not put his head down and stretch out. He just keeps throwing it up in the air. It's a terrible free walk. Did such a nice one in the first test, and then this was just all over the place. Yep. And then we have to do another 20-meter circle at E. Again, he's very unsteady. Contact. Not terrible, but and now we're going to come down and do a kind of ugly canter. Yep, just throws that head up. Doesn't want to put it down. That's what I was worried was going to happen with the test, but now here I'm trying to get him round again, so he does another oof as I work to Kind of ugly cantering, but all in all, I'm really happy. Coming around now, and he's going to do another trip. Yep. But we made it. He actually does another nice, surprisingly square halt. I'm just absolutely thrilled because I just didn't even think we'd ride the test. And I didn't think he'd stay anywhere near the board or be anywhere near on the pattern, and we did. So, yes, it's messy. We have a long way to go, but I am really, really happy. I was very pleased with the day. And we had a score of 60.385%. Well, cancer, which is usually a good one, but I'm sure I'm tenser, so I wasn't sitting down as much and just letting him and waiting, sitting early and then waiting and giving him a few more strides in that first quarter of the turn. He would have gotten it better, but...
Are you relieved it's over?
Yeah. Good boy, Max. Not bad. I know. I know.
I'm tired.
Baby. Potential to see what can be.
There's a lot of potential. Are you kidding? People aren't this successful with their first show. With a young horse?
Well, not with his untrained.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, good boy, Max.
I do? I should. And just some still shots from the day. Max has made my dream come true. I wanted to show in dressage. I've shown in other things, but never dressage. And 20-some years ago, I bought a horse to do it, and she hated it. And the horse I had since, I hadn't got back into it, but I finally reconnected with my old trainer, Courtney Bolander of Courtney Bolander Dressage. I bought him as a two-year-old. I thought, maybe he could do a little. Today we did our first show, and we made it through both classes. It was by no means perfect, but I'm just happy because I rode in and out, and I didn't have to be carried out. And no, he actually was really, really good, so I'm thrilled. You made my dream come true, buddy.
Yeah.
Now you get to relax and eat. It's our first time ever, so I'm just thrilled.
Good boy, Max.
It's actually pretty light for taking pictures right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What a good boy.
All right.
So, not bad. For my very first show, we did 2 classes, and we came in, we got second place in both of them. Isn't that amazing? Ooh, that's stretching. But here's the thing. Look, Max, there was only 2 horses in each class, so. But no, I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled, and it's going to be fun to read the comments. That's really what I wanted. Oh, it says elegant pair.
Wow.
Can't
That's
really
great.
read. With potential. That's the kind of stuff I wanted to see.
That's great to hear. What do you think, Max? You just got a little dirty.
Yeah, it's hard to read, but clean it up.
That's great.
This person,
Yay.
elegant, elegant uphill horse.
Wow.
You like that?
Yeah, he's got a lot of potential. Don't you,
Okay.
Max? For your
All right,
dirty
Max,
face.
you be good. You be good.
Going home.
I put this slow-mo clip in for you to see how really quite beautiful he is and how beautifully he can move and the potential that he does have as a dressage horse. As the judge said, he does show potential. I love him, and he was a good boy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's listening.